Oh, the tick, tick, tick of time. The relentless march of Father Time. And according to my official California's Gold wristwatch, it's now exactly 10:13 a.m., which means it's time, pardon the pun, to go inside this building right over here. Okay, we're inside and hooking up with
Ron Woods, Heelhauser.
Nice to meet you.
Marshall Knowlton.
Nice to meet you. Now, we've already said it's exactly 10:13 according to my California's Gold. What we're talking about are watch and clock collectors.
Correct.
Now, is this a big deal?
Yes, it is. This is probably the third biggest show in the country.
Who's going to be here today? Who's here? What are we going to see?
Watch and clock collectors, dealers, sellers, public that might be interested in one or two items that might be a family
These
ham.
don't look old to me.
They're about 125 years old.
You're kidding.
No, cases were made in Germany. They're Royal Bond, and they were marketed by the Ansonia Clock Company in New York around 1900.
Now, look, can I touch this?
Absolutely.
Because these would be very fragile. It's a wonder they haven't broken over the years.
It is a wonder that they've lasted that long, but the thing is, my specialty is cleaning them up and presenting them like they were factory. Right out of the factory.
This has to be the most eclectic collection of clocks I have ever seen in my life. You've got a little bit of everything here.
That's correct. I've been doing this for 50 years, and I'm a pretty good generalist. And the association that we're here today. This looks like a commercial venture, but it's more than that. It's an educational venture. This is a friendship venture.
This is your passion.
That is exactly right. That's the precise word for this. That's exactly what this is.
Get me passionate about this thing, because I like this.
That is French. That's about 1880. That's part of what they called the French Industrial Series. It's a novelty clock. It's a windmill. It's actually automated. There are two movements in this clock. There's a movement right here for the time, and there's a movement in the base that winds right here that keeps the windmill running.
See, it's easy, like looking at all of these, to see why people get excited about clocks.
That is exactly right. Some of them are extremely beautiful, like this French Circles Tournants here. It has horizontal rings that's read off of the serpent's tongue, and this is an aesthetic piece.
And look at this over here.
Yes, that's a German piece from mid-century, from the turn of the century, right at 1900. That's an English skeleton clock, and that's wanted by Smith & Sons in London about 1860.
Okay, he's getting us over here to look at your display. You trying to sell me a watch today?
Well, I'm going to try, and the effort's not a great effort because we wholesale all these vintage watches here today, and this is the first time the public's been invited to a very closed membership.
But don't you get attached to your watches?
Well, actually, it's a hobby gone public for me some 30 years ago.
And look, what is this?
Well, this is an Austrian clock made about 1820, and it's called Automaton. And it repeats the quarters and hours, and it's got a center calendar hand, too.
Wow. So this was a clock, a calendar, and can I pull the string?
Go ahead.
You pull the string, and look.
They make pocket watches also like that. They're called Automatons.
Right? Thumbs up. Boy, I tell you, we have had an absolutely wonderful day here in Pasadena at the Watch Convention. It has some long official name, but this is the place to come to look at watches and clocks and the people who collect them, who buy them and sell them. We've had an absolutely wonderful day here. And looking at my cheap watch, I see it's now exactly 12 o'clock, which means it's time for us to say goodbye. I hope you've had as much fun as we have.